fans. I am backstage with the big winner tonight.
He is undefeated in the squared circle.
No one beats us to the punch.
News fans, I am backstage after the big fight in Monroe, Louisiana with the one and only Jeff Houston. Jeff, it was such an amazing event. Talk to me about that.
If I felt any better, Susan, it would be illegal. I promise this. And you look amazing as always. Bare Knuckle News is on top of it like they always are. They've been on top of it here at the Fant Ewing Coliseum, BKFC 30. Can you believe it already? 30th edition of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And what an amazing night it was at the official Louisiana debut for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. We were packed to the rafters. They came out in full fashion, full style, and the fights... Come on, Susan, you were there with me. You know exactly what happened.
I do know.
You know who won, who lost, you know who bled and who didn't. It was just incredible, wasn't it?
It was an amazing night. How do you feel the Monroe, Louisiana fans compared to some of our other fans? Because we've had some great crowds in New Mexico. Wherever we go, BKFC rules.
Anytime that we open a new state, there's always that buzz about what Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is going to bring to that new state. And every new state that we bring in is just another feather in the cap. It's just another signification of what Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has done since its inception in 2018. We just get more and more states every time. But Louisiana, you brought the noise tonight, man. I was proud to be here.
Proud to be here standing next to you. For fight fans who do not know, Jeff, you flew what, 36 hours straight to get here? We got to talk about that because that is more dedication than what I would put into for an interview.
Oh, man. You know, I was working with an MMA organization that I've worked with for almost as long as I've been with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and they're based out of Russia. And unfortunately, missed my flight, and there was a lot of chaos at the airport that was taking place. So unfortunately, I thought I was stuck. I was able to find a way out on time, and it was a long day, a long 36 hours, but there's nothing that I will not do to make sure that I am not dead center in the middle of that squared circle, being Mr. Live Worldwide every day of my life.
And we appreciate that so much, Jeff. We've got some great fights coming up. Let's talk a little bit about the next couple of weeks coming up with Bare Knuckle.
Before we do that, Susan, I think that we should actually go ahead and talk about the main event tonight, if you don't mind. I hate to throw you up actually in front of a live camera, but
go ahead, Jeff. I love it.
I know you do. See, I know she does. She's a glutton for punishment, ladies and gentlemen. Lorenzo Hunt, Quentin Henry, possibly the oddest first round in BKFC history. But the right thing happened, and the fight continued. Quentin was starting to establish the jab. We were seeing, that's what Quentin does. Quentin knows how to weather the storm, but that explosiveness that Lorenzo Hunt brought to the squared circle, it couldn't be denied. And yet again, here we have a second two-division BKFC world champion in the form of the Juggernaut. Absolutely unbelievable.
It was amazing. And, the fans were on their feet here tonight screaming Quentin Henry's name. So it was really an emotional event, I think, for both of the fighters because they both wanted it so bad. And, of course, unfortunately, Quentin did lose in his hometown. But now we're going to talk about what's coming up. So what's coming up, Jeff? We got a lot of fights coming up.
Oh, my goodness. We are finishing out 2022 with a bang. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, and Susan, is going to be BKFC 31 coming your way October the 15th at the First Bank Arena just outside of Denver, Colorado. And what a main event that we've got on that. That is going to be for the interim light heavyweight championship, and that's going to be Mike the Marine Richmond. Oh my goodness, what a tear that he's had through BKFC. And he's coming up a very, very tough individual of the #1 contender, Isaac Doolittle. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with that. And not only that, we've got more coming your way. We have got in November, we got 3 events in November. We have got November 5th, which is going to be at Orlando, Florida. That's going to be back at the Caribe Royale. I love that venue. It's such an amazing venue. And then we have got Omaha, Nebraska coming up. And then November 26th, we're going to see BKFC Newcastle, our second time in England. Oh my gosh. And of course, Dave Feldman announced in December, we're going to be going back to the Hard Rock Cafe in Fort Lauderdale. And Susan, I'm going to pass out.
We have a fight in Thailand, too, coming up.
And we have got Thailand, BKFC 4, finishing off the year 2022. Like I said, I'm fighting for oxygen right now with all of the madness that we are finishing 2022 with, Susan.
Always such a pleasure to talk to you, Jeff Houston. And you look so good, and you make me look so good. For Bare Knuckle News, I'm Susan Singari, and this is
Jeff Houston. And once again, this is Bare Knuckle News, and nobody
beats us to the punch.